Hello friends, now I'm going to start the chapter number 3, Cultural Heritage of India, Sculpture and Architecture. So, as like the other countries, our India has also so many famous heritage places. As like our city Ahmedabad is also a big heritage city, right? Complete city is considered and declared by the UNESCO as the heritage city, right? So every place whichever has its rich cultural heritage, it is a part of the heritage forever. So according to that, art of sculpture means to make the idols, and architecture means do some construction. Both activities, if any building is since last 1,000 years is exist, it's a part of the heritage as the architecture. And any idol you can see, it is a sculpture, so it is a part of the heritage as being a idol. So as example, I could give you one example of idol of the four lion, right? It is a heritage. The architecture of the Taj Mahal, it is a heritage. The architecture of the Red Fort, it is also heritage. So you can understand, sculpture means the idol and the construction means the architecture. These two words you keep in your mind by the first point. Is that clear? Okay, now we start to discuss the later point. As the India is the unique place in terms of the heritage, so many examples we have. So many places of India is included in the list of the World Heritage Monument sites. So we can discuss our country's architecture as the cultural heritage. The first one which I want to start by, if I say for a Indus Valley civilization, now you think today Mohenjo-daro and Harappa are after the partition in the Pakistan's region, but actually before the partition it was part of India. So their town planning is a yet part of our study, right? We discuss about it. We accept it as Indian heritage as per the study for the best quality of the town planning, to learn something, to understand their way of planning, right? We do the study for it. Okay. Now we understand that these all things which are part of our cultural heritage is considered to be remarkably excellent piece of work, right? Okay, now I am going to start the discussion of sculpture and architecture. First I discuss the sculpture. Sculpture means to carve the feelings on any medium, stone, wood or on metal with hammer and chisel. Sculpture is the art to carve the feeling and emotions on any medium, stone, wood or any metal with hammer and chisel. So it is making a shape. To create a shape, whatever in mind of a person, right? The art of shaping figures, I explain the definition. Art of shaping figures or designs with facial expression in round or in relief, professionally performed by a sculptor with help of chisel and hammer. Such art is called sculpture. Generally, as I have said earlier, example of pillar with the four lines on top, Sarnath pillar, is the example of best sculpture. Here, the shape of the lion is curved, so it is a idol, and any idol is a part of art of sculpture. Nobody could ignore it, right? Now I want to discuss about architecture. See, architecture is concerned with the Sanskrit word vastu. I explain. Architecture is simple meaning of construction. It is associated with Sanskrit word vastu. Vastu is used for architectural activity in Sanskrit language. Here you remember one thing. When we are discussing about a place where the construction is taking place, that piece of land is considered to be vastu, or the architectural activity is considered to be vastu. Means vastu is considered to architectural activity. So now you understand one thing, that constructing building, constructing houses, constructing towns and cities, constructing wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques and tombs are included in a definition of architecture. So every that place is considered to be architectural activity. So when I am discussing about architecture, whichever the architectural work is taking place, all the places are included in it. Is that clear? So here I have narrated two definitions. First is about sculpture, and second explain or discuss the concept of architecture. Again I repeat it, just you listen carefully. Art of shaping figures or designs with facial expression on a round shape or in relief, specific shape, professionally performed by a sculptor with the help of chisel and hammer. Such art is called sculpture. Now I am talking to architecture. The simple meaning of architecture is associated with construction. In Sanskrit, vastu is the word used for architecture, and in reference to this, we can include construction of building, or we can include the activity to do construction of building, construction of houses, construction of towns, construction of wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques, and tombs are included in architecture. So, remember, the architecture is a one kind of art because we are making the shape. How is it look? Any architecture may be a simple or maybe a excellent. Ultimately, it is a art to be understood. Is that clear? Now we are going to discuss some questions relating to your syllabus. The first one is ancient Indian town planning. Ancient Indian town planning. Now you understand that India is not considered to be by 1947 only. Before 1947, India had existence. Its region was maybe large and wider than today. So, here I am discussing ancient Indian town plan, right? Okay. India has acquired its expertise for constructing towns, so that every town have specific facilities, so you can understand it by seeing to the place. But now the question comes, when we are talking about the any present town, it is also town, but ancient town, it could be found only by excavation work. Excavation work means digging the place, find out the city or the remains of the city from inside the land, and then we can make the idea about it. So, such towns are found from Indus Valley civilization by digging the land in normal way due to the natural course of the construction work. Some places are found and it is being followed, right? Okay. So, what are the important features of ancient Indian town planning has been found? First part is the fort of rulers, means where the rulers were residing or living. It is called citadel. Citadel means a fort. Second one is house for administrative officer situated in upper part of town, means they are living in the upper part, not in the lower level, but in the upper level of the height. The town has been settled for the officer. It is the second part of the same place. The third layer is, it is a lower part of town where common people were situating or residing, right? So here you understand carefully that fort of ruler, places for administrative officer, and residences for common people. These are three parts of any town in ancient period, mostly in Indus Valley civilization. Now I am discussing the first one is a fort of ruler. Such places or the forts were constructed on uppermost layer or the top of the hilly region. Then the second layer comes. Even it is a safe place, but somehow layer in the second phase below to the force is called administrative officers place. Here you can see that rooms are maybe 2 to 5 with complete protection wall. The regions were constructed, so the safety of the people was more important, right? And the third layer is common people. Here maybe 1 or 2 rooms were found, but main thing is in all city bricks were used, handmade bricks. Not only one place but everywhere. In lower part means who were living there now. We have already studied the 3-1. Fort of rulers, administrative officers' house, and the people, common people residences. So in the lower level, only common people were having residences. So in that area, handmade bricks were used and no protection wall is being seen. But as I've said, 1 or 2 rooms the houses were having. So it is naturally considered as common people's place. Okay. Now I am discussing the continuation. The people living in the Indus Valley civilization were having such kind of the residences, and these towns were systematically constructed down in archaeological aspect, because so many specialities have been found. The roads, the drainage system, and with that some places are having catch pit, some places are having the bath, separate place for the bath in the city. The buildings for the public together and the buildings where the people can live, both are found differently. So it shows very clearly systematical construction of the city for the people has been found in so many places. Out of all these places, now we are discussing for Mohenjo-daro. I repeat, for Mohenjo-daro, now we are discussing in detail. Okay. Here you have to understand that where is Mohenjo-daro located today? In today's Pakistan, it is located, and region is Larkhan district. Larkhan district of Pakistan, Mohenjo-daro is situated. In 1922, British officer John Marshall and Colonel Mackay were doing this excavation work with their archaeologist Rakhaldas Banerjee and Dayaram Sahni. They worked and found this huge big city from the land by excavation work. Now you can come to the meaning of the city. Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro means tomb of death, heap of deads, tomb of death or heap of deads. So in Mohenjo-daro we can see different features of systematic construction, right? I want to discuss it. First is construction of town. So construction of town is as like today's municipal corporation administration having place. First I want to discuss houses or the residences or the residential houses, because two kind of the houses have been found, the public place and the individual people's house. So the houses were built on a high plane. Here it is presumed that the houses were made on the plinth with assuming the protection from flood and dampness. Generally, if the city is directly connected with the ground level, it is possible to be effect of the flood naturally. Second point, the houses of this region were having different type of the situation of the rooms. If the rooms are found in one house, at least 5, it means it's a rich person's home. If the rooms are found maybe 2 or 3, it means it is a common person or the poor person's home. So how much we find the rooms make the decision of the class of the people. Third point, whole town was fortified, means the protection was the part of the attention. Next point, the entrance of the houses always open inner side of the street, but neither any house has main door on main roads. So here also, what is the main concept of this? You can think the concept is safety. Because see, when your house main doors are inside of the lane, then the safety is sure, and on the main road the safety is somehow in danger. Okay, now you remember one thing, that every house has found some remains. Remains means some evidences have been found. Storehouse, kitchen, bathroom. Storehouse, kitchen and bathroom are found mainly in all houses. It means the houses were having proper arrangement of lifestyle with no scarcity. Enough numbers of doors and windows, so the air circulation found is very well, and ventilation are also available. It means it was even in ancient period some better house constructions were found than even modern period. Right? This is the first point I discussed about construction of town. Now I am moving to the roads. See, the discussion about road when is coming in the topic, remember, roads are main feature of town planning of Indus Valley civilization. Why it is said every road is having width of 9.75 meter, means at least 30 feet width is found. So enough spacious place. Main road is connected with small roads, and every road is connected with the other road on right angle always. So easily diversion of vehicles from one to another side starts naturally. Nobody can restrict it. At specific distance, the pits on the road has been found. So it is suggested that the night light pillars or the lamp post may be included earlier time in that road, but now not found. Roads of the every town were straight main roads, and usually it is connecting with the small roads. So you remember one thing, that every road was from north to south. It means straight road, and from east to west. So it is created complete square or rectangular shape. But the city was divided in pieces, and usually enough space to pass more vehicle at one time from one to another side is found here. Is that clear? So we have discussed the 2 points here in the topic. Now the third point is coming, public bath. Public bath is the most important point to remember. Why? See, generally every house has a bathroom, but even then the large places have been found, and it shows that on the days of religious reason, people were gathering and making bath. Fresh water is allowed to in, and dirty water was let go out of the specific arrangement of the bath area. So you understand that the city in which some public gatherings were also became the places where the public bath were made. Okay, here let the hot and cold water in. The facility is there. Also with that, the room facilities are found, and room facilities were earlier presumed that the religious priest could take the bath, and laterly it was assumed that the rooms were found is for the changing of clothes. So you understand very carefully that the public bath was main example of attraction in those times. It has been found mainly in Mohenjo-daro, even in the Lothal also. Right, my friends? So here I discussed the 3 points of public and construction about the whole Mohenjo-daro. Right, my friends?